What is up, you guys? I am back with another video. Today's video is going to be a Q&A I put on Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook for some of you guys to ask me some questions, and so I'm going to answer them for you guys. And I'm just going to do a one-take video because I don't really need to not do a one-take video. And I obviously can't talk either, so. But I have the questions written down on my notebook. So the first question I got was, what is one struggle that keeps you close to God? And I've thought about all these questions, by the way, so I'm like ready to go. The main struggle that keeps me close to God is definitely anxiety. I used to not really know how to cope with my anxiety at all, and I went to counseling, and my counselor is also a Christian, and so she taught me a lot of stuff that made sense and just talked me through a lot of stuff, and gave me scripture to use. And so I definitely, in my hard moments and when I have anxiety, lean on God and like tell myself scripture. So like 1 Timothy 1:7 says, God does not give us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. And whenever I feel anxious, I tell myself that, and I'm like, anything that is fearful or scary is not coming from Jesus. He does not give us that. So stuff like that. Definitely anxiety is one struggle that keeps me close to God and leaning on Him. So yeah. My mom says, how much do you love your mom? To like the stars all the way up there. Up here in the sky, you know. Maddie says, can I come to your wedding? What are the wedding plans? When and where? So we're actually sending out invitations this coming Tuesday. So that'll give people about a month to RSVP. And so our wedding is in a venue that is it's a barn. It was built to look like a barn. It's not actually a barn. And it is in the town Seth is from, and there are lights like all through it. I like drew a blank there, but they hung lights all through it. It's gorgeous and it's huge, and it's out in the country, and our colors are light pink and navy blue maroon, so fall colors, but a little bit of that light pink in there. And so yeah, we have a lot of stuff done. I have my dress, we have the venue, we're going to the Smoky Mountains for our honeymoon and staying in a cabin in the mountains. It's gonna be awesome, especially in October because of all the leaves. So yeah, I'm super excited. We have so much stuff done. I'm having 2 bridal showers. My first one is in like 2.5 weeks, and I'm so excited. It's getting so close. We have less than 2 months till we get married, and so yeah. But I will like update on here more because we have like, yeah, so it's like a rustic, it's not really rustic, but kinda, because it's in a barn, you know what I'm saying? So Ethan says, what is one memory of you and I that you have not forgotten? And the first memory that popped into my mind for this question was our 8th grade graduation. After 8th grade graduation, we went with your parents, with Ethan's parents, to Gallipolis, which is a small town in Ohio, and we watched a movie. I think we watched Pitch Perfect 2 with your mom, and then we went to this little random like building in like a strip mall kind of thing, and where your stepdad did worship stuff. And so we just sat there and listened to them practice worship music until like 3 in the morning. So that is probably my favorite memory of us. We've been through a lot of crap together, and so that's probably the happiest like memory and the best memory I have of us. Morgan said, what is advice on seasons of singleness? And I thought about this too, because I used to really struggle with this. I've dated quite a few people, and because I would struggle, and I would give all myself to people who didn't have the same views as me, and it was just a lot of conflict a lot of the time. And so yeah, I would struggle in these seasons of singleness, of wanting a relationship and wanting what God had for me and wanting what God had for me when I wanted it and not when He intended it. So my advice would be just enjoy the seasons of singleness. Being in a relationship, being engaged, being boyfriend, girlfriend, all of that is amazing. It is awesome. I'm not saying anything bad against that, obviously. I'm engaged, but seasons of singleness definitely teach you a lot, and you learn a lot, and you're able to do, like, you're able to strengthen relationships with friends in Jesus, and before you find that person that God has for you, so that you're ready for them. And that would probably be my biggest thing, is take advantage of these seasons of singleness to better yourself and your heart and strengthen your heart and learn more about yourself and stand firm in what you believe in and what you know. That way when someone comes along and you're in a relationship, you guys can both be separates but be good together and be your own people and not get lost in a relationship. Now, I need Seth. I need him. He is my best friend. I love him so much, and if, like, I don't know, I just love him, and I need him, and he's going to be my husband, and that's okay to lean on him and to feel that way. And I'm secure in saying that, and that's good. But we are also equal people, like, in our relationship. Not equal, I mean, husband-wife whole thing, yeah. People have different views on that anyways. But, we are separate people in our relationship, and that's good. Like, he loves to go to the gym. I sometimes like to run, but I would rather sit and read a book than do that, and we give each other the time and space to kind of do those things and know it's important to each other. And I've been in relationships before where you get lost in the relationship and you end up not doing the things you love, and then you're unhappy. And so it's very important to just stand firm in what you believe in, to find yourself, get so close with Jesus, and hear what He has for you, and wait for that person, and don't just jump into something because you want something, if that makes sense. And it's very important. That would be the biggest thing, is just do what you love, spend time with people you love, strengthen the relationships you want to strengthen, do work on yourself if you have work to do, and yeah, that would be the biggest thing, is just, like, work on yourself, love yourself, do things for yourself. And when God sees that, when He sees you're ready, and He sees you're content with yourself, and you're full of Him, and that you're ready for a person to come into your life, and you're ready to be able to give parts of yourself to someone without leaving yourself behind, then He will bring you that person, and it'll be amazing, and you guys will be amazing together and still be able to be each other and love each other and not get lost completely in your relationship. And so yes, that would be my advice for seasons of singleness. I knew that was going to be, like, my longest one, because I know. Lexi says, what are you most looking forward to about getting married? Oh my gosh, everything. I'm most looking forward to being able to wake up with Seth and be able to have coffee with him and just talk and spend time together, uninterrupted time together, and with just ourselves and with Jesus. And I'm excited for that, and I'm excited to just be with him every day. And I know there's going to be old people who are going to be like, you just wait. You just wait. I know people say that all the time, and it bothers me because I don't want that to be the expectation. But I'm excited to be with him every day and wake up with him, and yeah, because he is my truest friend, and I love him, and I'm very excited for that. And so yeah, there's a bug on my window. Anyways, so yeah, that, and I'm just excited for all parts of marriage. I'm excited to call him my husband. I'm excited to have our families over for dinner. I'm excited for our Christmases together. I'm excited for our future family one day. I'm literally excited for everything. I don't think I'm just excited for one thing. But I am very much looking forward to the, like, Bible studies in our own home, and coffee, and just our conversations in our own home together. Everything, basically. I'm excited for everything. Bev, I already said Benny's. What's one thing you miss about being a kid in high school, and what's one thing you're glad you left behind now as an adult? One thing I miss about being a kid in high school was, I don't know, going to coffee shops and sitting, and I don't know, it just is kind of like nostalgic for me now, to hear certain songs or to go to the town I used to live in and remember the places I was in mentally and everything. And so yeah, I think I miss kind of the carefreeness. I mean, I was never carefree. I was always like stressed all the time, but I do miss that. I miss sitting in the coffee shop with my computer and the season I was in high school with the people at the coffee shop and church, and I miss being part of the worship team in church whenever I was in high school. So just stuff like that. I miss that kind of season. Not that I love the season I'm in now. I really do. But that would be what I would miss, would be those seasons. I didn't really like high school, but just kind of the carefreeness and the ease of everything then, and which is, it's easy now, but obviously I'm an adult and it changes a lot. And so yeah, just those moments of just sitting in a coffee shop, drinking a latte and typing, writing a book because I wanted to, which I can do now also, but it was just different in high school, and just growth in myself in high school, definitely. I grew a lot during that period, and I still do, but that was, yeah, so everything. I mean, I don't miss everything about high school, but I do miss, yeah, I don't know. Continuing on, I'm rambling now. What's one thing you're glad you left behind? Jackson. And I know that sounds kind of weird because I just said the nostalgia part of it, and I did miss, that was the one thing I do miss, is just like those seasons where I was then when I worked at the coffee shop, and just that season. And yeah, and I'm glad I left Jackson behind. There was a lot of hurt there and a lot of things that happened there in my childhood and just in life, and as much as it's always going to be my home, I'm glad I left that behind, and I'm glad I left who I was in high school and my anxiety, as bad as it was. I'm glad I left all that stuff behind and moved forward, and I'm thankful to Jesus that He's brought me to where I'm at and has allowed me to do that. Okay, last one. Angie says, what brings you out of an anxious moment? What advice would you give other people to do when life gets overwhelming? What brings me out of an anxious moment is worship, or again, reading scripture to myself and telling myself God's truth instead of the lies that anxiety brings. The enemy will always try to attack you with lies and hit you with lies, and so I think definitely telling myself scripture, Philippians 4:8, and those kind of verses that tell you to see the good in things, and knowing what God speaks is truth and what my anxiety is telling me is a lie. That brings me out of an anxious moment. Or worshiping, and just jamming and crying if I need to cry, and letting it all out and be like, hey Jesus, it's yours. And sometimes I can't bring myself out of an anxious moment, and it just has to happen. But in anxious moments, definitely jamming to music and singing, or speaking God's truth over myself and my life would be a few. And yeah, I would recommend that. In writing, talking to somebody obviously, but I know sometimes that's hard to do, so definitely just doing things that make you feel okay and grounded. So that is all the questions I have, and yeah, I kind of rambled a little bit in a few of them, but yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will upload a new one next Friday. That's going to be the filming schedule, and so thank you guys that asked me questions, and I love you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!